They're all just standing up, talking to one another. Jeff's the first one to notice your group. Ah, so the big day's here, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Where's that pink-haired one?
She elected to stay in the car.
I see. Nervous, was she?
Yes.
Can't imagine why. Well, it has been one heck of a few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
There are 2 ELO members that are not so familiar to your group. You've met one briefly. The man with the long black hair and the diamond on his forehead is the man from the shop who told you long ago to rein it in, and that just because Kev likes you, it doesn't mean that you're going to get away with everything. He kind of gives your group a small bow. And the woman with the red hair and the kind of blue shoulder scarf, shrug, whatever, robe, she's new. She looks like she is really, really interested in whatever it is she's reading on her Mobi. So she doesn't even really pay attention to you guys. She's kind of constantly clicking through it, swiping and entering information.
Marisol looks a little embarrassed to see the man with the long hair, knowing that her first impression wasn't ideal.
Kev is in the background, sort of talking to somebody that's out of view, but then when he moves, it's revealed to be a familiar face. Alkesha is there as well.
Marisol's stomach sinks.
Alkesha waves to your group. Oh my god, hi guys.
Hi, Alkesha.
Hey, what are you guys? Oh, that's right. It's like a big day for you guys. That's really cool.
She gulps.
You guys seem like really nervous.
Oh no, this is fine. I'm looking forward to this. Who wouldn't be nervous in a room full of high-powered CEOs, you know?
Oh, don't worry about it. They're pretty cool.
They are?
Yeah, totally. Not just saying that. They're really cool people.
Is there a lie in that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Very cool. Turns up AC in her suit.
Well, I guess we should begin. I believe you all have met Louis and Kev and his wonderful daughter, Alkesha. This is Rich. He motions to the man with the black hair. Rich Tan, my communications officer. And Kelly, crew cut. He motions to the one with the red hair, chief of legal. They requested to be present for these proceedings.
She nods.
Rich actually kind of like walks over to Jeff and like kind of whispers in his ear, basically. Ah, yes, right. Jeff nods. So we're here with the matter of the Seven Nation Army and whether or not they're guilty of what they've been accused of. You've had this time, as your small group has been working, to uncover some evidence that they are in fact innocent.
Yeah. Marisol steps forward. We still hold that the Seven Nation Army is innocent.
This is interesting. Jeff like kind of tucks a finger under his chin. All these capable moon folk, and they send the girl from Earth as their representative and advocate. I wonder why.
She visibly winces at that comment. She looks behind her shoulder at the group.
No, Nia totally skates up and like holds her hand. Is there something wrong with Earth people?
I think we'll find out, won't we? What evidence do you have then? I'd like to see it.
Marisol's looking down at the ground briefly, thinking, oh man, we don't actually have any physical evidence with us. She looks back up. No evidence because the circumstances are pretty ridiculous, but we do have pretty good collection of different accounts based on what's been happening the past couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, let's get started with the first and most important question. Where did Germanata get the technology, and who was helping her?
This is going to be pretty hard to swallow, but we have reason to believe that the zombies and Germanata were made by alien-supported tech patrons in a cult.
Really? Everyone in the room raises their eyebrows at that.
Marisol's sweating.
Aliens.
Not too long ago, there was an incident that happened at St. Judas. Our friend Nia here, she squeezes Nia's hand briefly, got abducted by aliens and had an encounter with them. And afterward, they must have blown up the area to hide any trace.
Do you want to see my alien tag?
Sure. Let's see your alien tag.
I open up my helmet to show him my earring.
That is an earring.
I was put on by an alien.
Let me get this straight. Aliens were the ones responsible for the zombies and he does air quotes, vampires.
Yeah, you know how there are active conspiracy theorists and sick people that just create cults? They are, I believe, maybe aliens are abducting them, influencing them somehow, experimenting on them even. I think the aliens are, well, we're expendable to them, so they're doing a sort of poking around.
Can I whisper to Marisol in her ear? I do have a picture of a creepy altar.
Oh, we do have a picture of an altar that we saw in St. Judas. Like I said, I believe that they're tied to cult activity. They also told Nia some things. They mentioned an Allfather, so that's probably tied to the, what the cult followers are going behind.
There is a quiet laugh in the room. The source of it is Halloween Jack. Oh my, do you have alcoholic beverages here or popcorn perhaps? This is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Aliens. Oh my goodness.
She glares at him. They're a common enemy to humans. They told Nia they wanted info on how to destroy the ELO. I think all they're poking around is because they're after something, but I don't know what.
Well, whatever the case may be, Mr. Lin and the rest of the ELO board, as you can see here, I didn't hear any evidence in there that the Seven Nation Army was responsible for any of it. Clearly, it was Lil Green Man. Oh, my.
Yeah, it's real funny. Until you encounter one of these aliens, sir.
Jeff crushes his Moby in his hand. I am not amused.
Marisol gulps.
You mean to tell me that the attacks on the moon were coordinated by aliens the entire time?
Yes.
This is impossible, to say the least. Kev steps forward and kind of just like looks at your group. How long did you know that aliens were responsible for any of this?
We didn't. Not until recently.
The group of the five of them seem to be deep in thought about what you've just said. Halloween Jack is having a good time. Finally, Jeff speaks up again. Okay, so aliens. I don't know what to say here, I think. It is strange to have someone just lie to your face like this.
Her eyes widen. No, it's not a lie.
No, it's not.
Marisol's like wincing, trying to think quickly. Surely you've noticed the different cult activity happening around, not just at St. Judas. She lets the air hang with silence.
What is it that you think you're doing by telling these stories, I wonder? Do you think you're preventing a catastrophic event?
I think I'm trying to bring light to a common enemy for the Earth and the Moon. But it seems to be that the moon has something, so they're going for the moon first.
Well, it's just a nice place. Who wouldn't want to visit? Look at all the fancy little silver fixtures y'all got up here. Halloween Jack somehow has a rocks glass in his hand with ice and whiskey. Where did he get it from? It's hard to say. Jeff glares at Halloween Jack. You realize, of course, we have evidence of the Seven Nation Army delegates going into a restricted area along with your group.
Marisol's looking down and her eyes darken.
Yeah, Halloween Jack actually holds up a finger. Oh, wait a second. Now this is where I'm supposed to chime in. Yeah, I'd like that evidence so that I could confirm it if you don't mind. Jeff actually like winces a little. It's classified. I can't possibly hand that over. Oh, that's what I thought. He goes back to drinking his whiskey. Well, do you have any records of the Seven Nation Army delegates to begin with? I'd like to see your records of that. The sign-in sheets, the transport logs. Surely you can just produce that to say that they even exist. Jeff narrows his eyes, as does Kev. Oh, what's the matter? Y'all got something that you don't want to tell nobody about? Wow. I'm going to pretend that that's a surprise. This is really good whiskey, by the way. If you don't mind me talking up for a little bit now, I don't know anything about aliens. But I know y'all are running some kind of secret sort of operation. No, y'all don't talk about what's really up here on the moon. And what I know for certain is there are certain contracts and obligations that are left unfulfilled between the Earth and the moon, including the development of certain technologies. Technologies that I've been told your side has pretended ended in catastrophic failure. Now, if it were to be proven, of course, that those technologies in fact existed, then I think we'd have a bit of a conundrum on our hands. I would say, he swirls his ice around in his glass, that the whole reason you got your panties in a bunch is because you know that we're going to find out eventually that y'all's been pulling the old wool over our eyes about this sort of technology, threatening us, puffing out your chest about going to war. When you know for a fact, you may have the better technology, but we got the numbers, boy. 5 of you may have been able to stop the Red Moon Massacre forces on that fateful, fateful day. But can you stop a whole world? I doubt it. You could try. Be honest, I ain't never been scared of any one of y'all.
Marisol's mouth is agape, and she straightens back up immediately.
These alien stories are funny, though. He like kind of raises his glass to Marisol.
She glares at him again.
You ever heard that old saying there, Jeff? Never tell a man to go to hell unless you got a way to get him there. I hold by that pretty well. Y'all want to strut around like you're ready to go to war, wipe us out or whatever over some vampire? Please. If you had the balls, you would have done it. Any one of you would have done it, but you don't. And boy, I wonder why. Let's face it, the moon's a paper tiger. Without y'all, what does it even have? You know that, and you're scared now, making it seem like you're ready to wipe us out. How dare you, sir? How dare you, pretending to be superior to the people from Earth, forcing these poor folk over here to sing and dance for y'all like they're your entertainment. I've wiped out people for far less than that, sir. Far less. Luckily for you, I'm not interested in war with the moon. Not yet, anyway. When my delegates find out exactly what it is that's been hiding down there in the shadows of Astro World, at that point, when he says that word, the executives all look like they just got a fucking bolt of lightning. Yeah, when they do, we'll have words again, sir. And I don't think you'll like them very much. Halloween Jack actually holds his arms out. Go ahead, vanish me like you did to that old poor Miss O'Connor. Bless her soul. I bet you won't. Jeff looks real fucking tempted. But Rich puts a hand on his shoulder. You done with your speech, you ghoul? Halloween Jack nods. Oh, I'm done. He looks to the group of survivors. I don't buy a word of it being aliens, but I don't think that it was the Seven Nation Army either.
Marisol looks like she doesn't have anything else to say on it. She just stands stiffly.
He takes a moment to breathe in. All right. Now that the funny man has said his funny words, your funny Halloween Jack, there's another issue that's a little bit pressing as well, to be honest. Funny you should mention aliens. Halloween Jack, I'd like you to stay here for this, because what they said isn't entirely untrue. There are aliens. Halloween Jack actually spits out his drink. Oh, now I heard everything. Go ahead. Let's hear about this. Aliens have been probing us, as you say, probing our security defenses, our technology, trying to learn what we do, how we do it. In fact, I'd like to show you some footage, if you have the time.
Marisol actually looks relieved.
The room goes dark and a projector screen drops down. The footage that begins to play on the projector screen is of a car in, it looks like a parade, cavalcade. It's a group of cars going down a street. Have you ever seen this footage before?
Marisol's whispering to Nia. Does that look familiar?
It is the Zapruder film, the footage of JFK's assassination.
I mean, from history.
That's really old, but sort of looks familiar.
It is very old. You see, back in the 1960s, America and the USSR were in a bit of a competition to see who would get to the moon first.